How was Bullet For My Valentine song being born, so to speak?
Yeah. Usually born from a riff. 95%
Yeah.
of the time is born from a guitar riff.
So vocals and melody comes after the...
Maybe Matt will have a melody in his head which will inspire a riff, but it's usually a guitar riff that comes first, or like a clean sort of riff, and then like you say, everything comes after you just build the song.
So do you like jam it, or do you work on it in the studio?
Both. It's always good to go into a rehearsal room and jam out some stuff. And just get inspired by different places. Maybe go to a studio or somewhere else in the country and just get inspired by different sort of surroundings and stuff. And when we finally go into pre-production, we've got a bunch of good chunk of stuff ready to go, and then things will come in the studio. Hopefully.
So do you play a lot around with the effects in studio when you're writing songs?
I've got a small sort of in the studio. Yeah, we do. We if things need to be nicened up, or go through a bunch of choruses, or different sorts of reverbs, etc., and delays. But usually it was between obviously the producer's got a good ear as well, so he kind of puts his 5 pence worth in, and you usually trust the producer. So
well, is it like something you continuously develop? Your guitar tone or your use of different effects?
In the studio, yeah, for sure. Live is kind of a stripped down version of what we do in the studio, but
so they tend to take like the effects you used on the songs in the studio and try to take them on stage, or
I either try to take them on stage or try and emulate them with the gear we use on stage. So
try to get as close as possible to the
record. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the tone print, was that for like a specific song, or?
Not really. Just sort of in Bullet there's a lot of clean stuff, clean guitar parts and stuff, and it's always nice to kind of schmoz them up with a bit of chorus or flange, and just add the depth, or this, it just adds to the swing of the riff, really.
So over the years, who have inspired you to create your guitar tone?
Guitar tone?
Yeah.
Mostly the heavy players. James Hetfield, Dimebag Darrell. I don't tend to go for too many sort of effects or sort of stomp boxes in my rack. I just kind of come out of the amp, maybe one or two sort of. I mean, I have used tube screamers before now, but now I'm on the MXRs. Zach Wild. So nothing major, just straight out of the amp through a pedal and straight out through a guitar EMG pickup.
Yeah. Okay. And what then you don't use as many effects on it? Or?
Mostly on clean sort of tones, choruses, but I mean, I wouldn't say anybody is sort of inspired me to get those tones. It's just more what you feel in the studio, or what you feel live. Just
playing around with the
just as long as it sounds nice and it fits into that sort of tempo of the song. If you're using delays, etc., then it works.
When you have like effects, do you prefer having like a bunch of parameters so you can tweak a lot of knobs, or do you prefer just have like an on and off?
It all depends. I mean, if it comes out of the box and you press it on, but usually in the studio you try everything first, and then you sort of find out the best sort of sound. But with the sort of the option of parameters, then it's kind of endless. That makes it all the more. You could just pull it out of the box and then fuck around with it, so that you don't have to use those pedals. So obviously a lot of pedals have different sounds to the others. So.
You're using the G system. How did that happen?
It just organized everything like this into one pedal, and obviously you can go into that thing and tweak as well, which is really cool, and it's got some awesome effects. But yeah, it totally helped out with sort of footwork.
Yeah.
It's really hard with and shit, but
yeah, if you want to go from one sound to another, you have to maybe turn on the delay,
Yeah.
turn on a boost and an overdrive, and maybe a chorus.
wah, you know,
Yeah.
it's like shit. But it organises it very well, and fortunately for me now, my tech presses all my buttons, so I just got my wah out front and that's it.
Okay, so it's not your job that's been easier.
So it's easier to blame someone else than blame yourself.
What do you think is maybe the one coolest thing about the Trumpet concert?
Definitely the parameters that you can download with the file, you know, because you're not very limited, but you are sort of limited with just the 4 on here. So, I mean, if you find something on here that you like, then you can still go into the computer and tweak it some more, which is very clever. And also you can download somebody else's file, which is, you know, if you're a fan of that guitar player or a band, it's very cool, and then you can put your own sort of signature on it yourself. So it's very cool.
Have you also experienced sometimes maybe that when you tweak around, you find some sounds that, oh, they're nice, but after a while you just tweak so much that you're all confused?
Times, and then we just break and we'll have a cup of coffee or some food.
Yeah,
it can get very messy, but you know, that's half the fun as well, just finding new sounds.
Yeah.